Look at the top echelon of the job market. The competitors in this space have spent a decade or more acquiring highly specialized skills, managing complex operations, and driving measurable revenue. Despite this deep experience, many of these same professionals default to the exact same volume-based application strategies they used right out of college. The instinct is to flood the system, sending out 50, 100, or 200 identical resumes, hoping the math works in your favor. This brute force tactic yields a near zero return. The contextless applications are quickly discarded. Every hiring decision at this level functions as a human-driven exercise in risk assessment. Candidates walk into the room attempting to prove they are smart enough to do the job, while the employer is attempting to ensure they don't make a six-figure mistake that derails their team. To win the offer, you must construct a complete operational blueprint designed to systematically de-risk you as a candidate. Securing a board-level offer requires architectural precision and targeted risk mitigation. The first filter your application hits is a human recruiter, operating under immense pressure to review 100 or 200 CVs for one role. Software like an ATS does not reject candidates. Exhausted human beings do. The software is simply a digital filing cabinet. Therefore, the primary bottleneck at the CV stage is human cognitive load. Recruiters skim your document in roughly 6 seconds. They follow a predictable biological pattern, scanning the top left corner and dropping straight down through the main headers. To survive this rapid skim, you must strip away all dual-column layouts, fancy graphics, and heavy design elements. Use a clean, single-column format with plain black text. Recruiters filter for the nearest major city to avoid wasting time on candidates who might balk at a commute. Explicitly listing your location removes this logistical uncertainty immediately. Replace generic paragraphs about being a motivated team player with a 3-sentence professional thesis stating exactly who you are, your core specialty, and concrete impact. Below that, listing standard job responsibilities obscures your actual achievements. Everyone knows what a manager is supposed to do. Instead, construct your bullet points using a strict formula: context, action, and metric. Rather than writing responsible for process improvement, state that you reduced processing time by 15% across 3 regions. Designing your document for human cognitive load converts your CV into a high-fidelity signal that cuts straight through the noise. Memorizing the job description before the interview is the baseline expectation. It provides zero competitive advantage. Elite candidates separate themselves by treating interview prep as an exercise in open-source intelligence. Map out the company's business model, track recent competitor movements, and identify the specific challenges facing their sector. Then, focus on the individual. Analyze the hiring manager's profile, their tenure length, shared content, and team recommendations. This data reveals their unstated operational priorities. Once the intelligence is gathered, preparation must shift from mental mapping to physical execution. You have to rehearse your delivery. Speaking your narratives out loud builds muscle memory. It stops your brain from stalling halfway through a sentence under the pressure of the actual interview. Leveraging this intelligence means walking in as an informed consultant, ready to solve a known problem, not an applicant hoping for a job. When the interview begins, the psychological pressure spikes. To maintain control, you must strictly calibrate your narrative from the very first question. The "Tell me about yourself" prompt serves as a critical 2-minute strategic anchor designed to frame the entire conversation. Begin with a focused professional headline this role was created to solve. Finally, state an intentional goal for your next career move and tie it back to why you are in that chair today. For behavioral questions, structure your answers using the STAR framework: situation, task, action, and result. Do not attempt to memorize dozens of scripts. Prepare 5 or 6 highly adaptable stories that clearly demonstrate your ability to execute under pressure. When asked about your biggest weakness, recognize that the employer is testing your self-awareness and ability to course correct. Select a genuine, non-critical operational flaw, like a tendency to avoid delegating tasks, and detail the exact steps you are taking to fix it. Eventually, the salary question will arise. Giving the employer your current compensation immediately anchors your value to your past, destroying your negotiating leverage. Instead, flip the question. Ask for the approved salary band for the role. Once they reveal the range, you can position your expectations at the top tier by linking them to your aligned skills. Utilizing these calibrated narrative frameworks shifts the interview from a reactive interrogation into a controlled strategic presentation. An interview is a two-way evaluation. You are assessing their operation just as rigorously as they are assessing your skills. This requires you to project quiet, peer-level confidence. Desperation is a massive red flag that increases perceived risk. When asking questions, discard generic inquiries about company culture. They yield predictable, fluffy answers and are a waste of strategic leverage. Instead, ask, what does success look like in this role after 6 months? Follow that with, what is the biggest operational challenge this team faces today? This forces a revealing, honest assessment of the internal environment. Avoid the high-risk error of asking if they have any reservations about your suitability. This only prompts the interviewer to consciously articulate negative risk. Execute a strict post-interview protocol. Send a concise, targeted follow-up email that reinforces your professional reliability without demanding an immediate decision. By asking hard, strategic questions and following up professionally, you rewire the manager's perception, cementing your status as a peer. Elite mid-career transitions demand that you abandon the chaos of high-volume applications in favor of absolute architectural precision. For a hiring manager, visibility, narrative control, and strategic alignment are the ultimate risk mitigators. The unprepared applicant hopes their history will speak for itself. The prepared professional controls exactly what their history says. A successful candidate presents as a highly optimized business solution. Those who manage this information asymmetry will consistently beat those who rely on outdated myths of the hiring process. Execute this exact blueprint, completely remove the fear of the interview process, and finally claim the executive role you deserve.